Shalom, shalom. Today will be Isaiah 61 to the end. The Spirit of the Master Yahuwah is upon me, because Yahuwah has anointed me to bring good news to the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim release to the captives, and the opening of the prison to those who are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yahuwah and the day of vengeance of our Elohim, to comfort all who mourn, to appoint unto those who mourn in Sion, to give them embellishment for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, and they shall be called trees of righteousness, a planting of Yahuwah, to be adorned. And they shall rebuild the old ruins, raise up the former waste, and they shall restore the ruined cities, the waste of many generations. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the foreigner be your plowman and your vineyard dresser, and your vine dresser. But you shall be called priests of Yahuwah, servants of our Elohim. Shall be said of you, you shall consume the strength of the nations and boast in their esteem. Instead of your shame and reproach, they rejoice a second time in their portion. Therefore they take possession a second time in their land. Everlasting joy is theirs. For I, Yahuwah, love right ruling. I hate robbery for a sending offering, and I shall give their reward in truth, and make an everlasting covenant with them. And their seed shall be known among the nations, and their offspring in the midst of the peoples. All who see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed Yahuwah has blessed. I greatly rejoice in Yahuwah. My being exults in my Elohim, for he has put garments of deliverance on me. He has covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decks himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorns herself with her jewels. For as the earth brings forth its bud, as the garden causes the seed to shoot up, so the Master Yahuwah causes righteousness and praise to shoot up before all the nations. For Sion's sake I am not silent, and for Jerusalem's sake I do not rest, until her righteousness goes forth as brightness, and her deliverance as a lamp that burns. And the nations shall see your righteousness, and all sovereigns your esteem. And you shall be called by a new name, which the mouth of Yahuwah designates. And you shall be a crown of comeliness in the hand of Yahuwah, and a royal headdress in the hand of your Elohim. No longer are you called forsaken, and no longer is your land called deserted, but you shall be called Hephzibah, and your land married. For Yahuwah shall delight in you, and your land be married. I have a note that says Hephzibah means my delight is in her. For as a young man marries a maiden, so shall your sons marry you. And as the bridegroom rejoices over the bride, so shall your Elohim rejoice over you. I have set watchmen on your walls, O Jerusalem, all the day and all the night, continually, who are not silent. You who remember Yahuwah, give yourselves no rest, and give him no rest till he establishes, until he makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Yahuwah has sworn by his right hand, and by the arm of his strength, no more do I give your grain to be food for your enemies, nor do sons of the foreigners drink your new wine, for which you have labored. But those gathering it shall eat it, and praise Yahuwah, and those collecting it shall drink it in my set-apart courts. Pass through the gates, prepare the way for the people, build up the highway, remove the stones, lift up a banner for the peoples. See, Yahuwah has proclaimed to the end of the earth. Say to the daughter of Sion, see, your deliverance has come. See, his reward is with him, and his work before him. And they shall be called the set apart people, the redeemed of Yahweh. And you shall be called sought out, a city not forsaken. Who is this coming from Edom, with dyed garments from Botzra, who is robed in splendor, striding forward in the greatness of his strength? It is I who speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Why is there red on your raiment, and your garments like one who treads in the winepress? I have trodden the winepress alone, and from the peoples no one was with me. And I trod them down in my displeasure, and I trampled them in my wrath. Their blood is sprinkled upon my garments, and I have defiled all my raiment. For a day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed has come. And I looked, but there was none helping, and I was astonished that there was none upholding. So my own arm saved for me, and my wrath upheld me. And I trod down peoples in my displeasure, and made them drunk in my wrath, and brought down their strength to the earth. Let me recount the loving commitments of Yahweh, and the praises of Yahweh according to all that Yahweh has done for us, and the great goodness toward the house of Israel, which he has done for them according to his compassion, and according to his many loving commitments. And he said, They are my people, children who do not act falsely, and he became their Savior. In all their distress he was distressed, and the messenger of his presence saved them. In his love and in his compassion he redeemed them, and he lifted them up and carried them all the days of old. But they rebelled and grieved his set apart spirit. So he turned against them as an enemy, and he fought against them. Then he remembered the days of old, Moshe, his people. Where is he who brought them up out of the sea with the shepherds of his flock? Where is he who put his set apart spirit within him? Who led them by the right hand of Moshe, with his comely arm, dividing the water before them to make for himself an everlasting name? Who led them through the deep, like a horse in the wilderness? They did not stumble. As a beast goes down into the valley, and the spirit of Yahweh causes him to rest, so you led your people to make yourself a comely name. Look down from the heavens, and see from your set apart and comely dwelling, where are your ardor and your might, the stirring of your inward parts, and your compassion toward me? Are they withheld? For you are our Father. Though Abraham does not know us, and Israel does not recognize us, you, O Yahweh, are our Father, our Redeemer. Your name is from of old. O Yahweh, why do you make us stray from your ways, and harden our hearts from your fear? Turn back for the sake of your servants, the tribes of your inheritance. For a little while, your set-apart people possessed it. Our adversaries have trodden down your set-apart place. We have become like those whom you never ruled. Your name is not called on them. Oh, that you would tear the heavens open. Come down, that mountains shall shake before you. As when fire burns twigs, as fire makes water boil, to make your name known to your adversaries, so that nations tremble before you. When did awesome matters, which we did not expect, you came down? When you did awesome matters, which we did not expect, you came down. Mountains did shake before you. Since the beginning of the ages, they have not heard nor perceived by the ear, nor has the eye seen any Elohim besides you, who acts for those who wait for him. You shall meet him who rejoices and does righteousness, who remembers you and your ways. See, you were wroth when we sinned in them a long time. You were wroth when we sinned in them a long time. And should we be saved? And all of us have come as one unclean, and all our righteousnesses are as soiled rags. And all of us fade like a leaf, and our crookednesses, like the wind, have taken us away. And there is no one who calls on your name, who stirs himself up to be strengthened, in you. For you have concealed your face from us, and have consumed us because of your crookednesses. And now, O Yahweh, you are our Father. We are the clay, and you are potter, and we are all the work of your hand. Do not be wroth, O Yahweh, nor remember crookedness forever. See, please look, all of us are your people. Your set-apart cities have become a wilderness. Sion has become a wilderness. Jerusalem is a waste. Our set-apart and comely house, where our father praised you, has been burned up with fire, and all that we treasured has become a ruin. In view of all of this, would you restrain yourself, O Yahweh? Would you keep silent and afflict us beyond measure? I have let myself be inquired of, not by those who asked. I was found, not by those who sought me. I said, here I am, to a nation not calling on my name. I have held out my hands all day long to a stubborn people, who walk in a way that is not good, after their own thoughts. The people who provoke me continually to my face, who slaughter in gardens and burn incense on slaughter places of brick, who sit among the burial sites and spend the night in secret places, who eat flesh of pigs and the broth of unclean meat is in their pots, who say, keep to yourself, do not come near me, for I am set apart to you. These are smoke in my nostrils, a fire that burns all day. See, it is written before me, I am not silent, but shall repay, and I shall repay into their bosom. Your crookednesses and the crookednesses of your fathers together, said Yahweh, who burned incense on the mountains and reproached me on the hills, and I shall measure their former work into their bosom. Thus said Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one shall say, do not destroy it, for there is blessing in it. So I do for my servant's sake, not to destroy them all. And I shall bring forth a seed from Jacob, and from Judah, an heir of my mountains, and my chosen ones shall inherit it, and my servants dwell there. And Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Achor a place for herds to lie down, for my people who have sought me. But you are those who forsake Yahweh, who forget my set-apart mountains, who prepare a table for Gad, and who fill a drink offering for Mini. And I shall allot you to the sword, and let you all bow down to the slaughter, because I called, and you did not answer. I spoke, and you did not hear. And you did evil before my eyes, and chose that in which I did not delight. Therefore thus says the Master Yahweh, see, my servants eat, but you hunger. See, my servants drink, but you thirst. See, my servants rejoice, but you are put to shame. See, my servants sing for joy of heart, but you cry for sorrow of heart, and wail for breaking of spirit. And you shall leave your name as a curse to my chosen. For the Master Yahuwah shall put you to death, and call his servants by another name. So that he who blesses himself in the earth does bless himself in the goodness. So that he who blesses himself in the earth does bless himself in the Elohim of truth. And he who swears in the earth does swear by the Elohim of truth, because the former distresses shall be forgotten, and because they shall be concealed from my eyes. For look, I am creating new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come to heart. But be glad and rejoice forever in what I create. For look, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I shall rejoice in Jerusalem, and shall joy in my people. It's an interesting phraseology. And shall joy in my people, and let the voice of weeping no more be heard in her, nor the voice of crying. No more is an infant from there going to live but a few days, nor an old man who does not complete his days. For the youth dies 100 years old, but the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be lightly esteemed. For the youth dies 100 years old, but the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be lightly esteemed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and plant vineyards and eat their fruit. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For the days of my people are going to be as the days of a tree, and my chosen ones outlive the work of their hands. That's beautiful. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth children for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahuwah, and their offspring with them. And it shall be that before they call, I answer, and while they are still speaking, I hear. Wolf and lamb feed together. A lion eats straw as an ox, and dust in the snake's food, and they shall do no evil, nor destroy in all my set apart mountains, said Yahuwah. Thus said Yahuwah, the heavens are my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is this house that you build for me? And where is this place of my rest? And all these my hand has made, and all these that exist, declares Yahuwah. Yet to such a one I look, on him who is poor and bruised of spirit, and who trembles at my word. But whoever slays the bull strikes a man. Whoever slaughters the lamb breaks a dog's neck. Whoever brings a grain offering, pig's blood. Whoever burns incense blesses an idol. Indeed, they have chosen their own ways, and their being delights in their abomination. I shall also choose their punishments, and bring their fears on them, because I called, but no one answered. I spoke, and they did not hear. And they did evil before my eyes, and chose what was displeasing to me. Hear the word of Yahuwah, you who tremble at his word. Your brothers who hate you, who cast you out for my name's sake, said, let Yahuwah be esteemed, so that we see your joy, but they are put to shame. A roaring sound from the city, a voice from the Hakal, the voice of Yahuwah, repaying his enemies. Before she labored, she gave birth. Before pain came to her, she was delivered of a male. Who has heard the like of this? Who has seen the like of these? Is a land brought forth in a day? Is a nation born at once? For as soon as Sion labored, she gave birth to her children. Shall I bring to birth and not give delivery, says Yahuwah? Shall I, who give delivery, restrain birth, said your Elohim? Rejoice with Jerusalem, and be glad with her, all you who love her. Rejoice greatly with her, all you who mourn for her, so that you feed and shall be satisfied with the breast of her comforts, so that you drink deeply and shall delight yourselves in her overflowing esteem. For thus said Yahweh, see, I am extending peace to her like a river, and the esteem of the nations like a flowing stream. And you shall feed, you shall be carried on the side, and be fondled on her knees, as one whom his mother comforts, so I comfort you. And in Jerusalem you are comforted. And you shall see, and your heart shall rejoice, and your bones flourish as tender grass, and the hands of Yahweh shall be known to his servants, and his displeasure to his enemies. For look, Yahweh comes with fire, and with chariots, like a whirlwind, to render his displeasure with burning, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword Yahweh shall judge all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. Those who set themselves apart and cleanse themselves at the gardens after one in the midst, eating flesh of pigs, and the abomination and the mouse are snatched away together, declares Yahweh. And I, because of their works and their imaginations, am coming to gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my esteem. And I shall set a sign among them, and shall send some of those who escaped to the nations, Tarshish, and Pul, and Lud, who drew the bow, and Tubal, and Yawan, the coastlands afar off, who have not heard my report, nor seen my esteem. And they shall declare my esteem among the nations, and they shall bring all your brothers as an offering to Yahweh out of all the nations, on horses, and in chariots, and in litters, on mules, and on camels, and my set apart mountain Jerusalem, declares Yahweh, as the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of Yahweh, and from them too I shall take for priests, for Levites, declares Yahweh. For as the new heavens and the new earth that I make stand before me, declares Yahweh, so your seed and your name shall stand. And it shall be that from new moon to new moon, and from Sabbath to Sabbath, all flesh shall come to worship before me, declares Yahweh. And they shall go forth and look upon the corpses of the men who have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die, and their fire not be quenched, and they shall be repulsive to all the flesh. Man, there's a lot here. There's a lot of spots I wanted to stop and just go over stuff. But I'm not good enough to teach this, really. I want to say things, but I'm like, hey, you can't make a full statement out of that, so don't even bother. But what I will say, something I noticed, the way I read this, for you are our father through Abraham does not know us, and Israel does not recognize us. You, O Yahweh, are our Father, our Redeemer. Your name is from of old. Why do you make us stray, turn back? For a little while your set-apart people possessed it. I thought it was in one of these corners, but I guess not. It was something to the effect of we should be praying for Jerusalem. Right, and we need this. I think 64 and 65. There's a lot of parts where I was like, man, this should just be This should just be a part of your prayers. And now, Yahweh, you are our Father. We are the clay, and you are the potter, and we are all the work of your hand. Like, don't let him be the potter. You know, like that's a good prayer to have. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, there's your set apart cities have become a wilderness. Zion has become a wilderness. Jerusalem is a waste. Our set apart and comely house, where our fathers praised you, have been burned up with fire, and all that we treasured has become a ruin. In view of all this, would you restrain yourself, O Yahweh? Would you keep silent? We should pray for Jerusalem. Like, yeah, it's his city, and hopefully they'll recognize that they are his city, and they will start to do his things. There was something. I'm just gonna all this because I liked all that. There is gonna be a new heavens and a new earth. For look, I am creating new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come to heart. Right? So there's going to be a point in time where what we're like, this existence as we know it isn't going to be a thing, because we're going to get a new heaven, we're going to get a new earth. Yeah. Yeah. And this is heartbreaking, but this also, I don't know, this also makes me think of like, we need to be the same way with people. Like, it can be very disheartening to try and be fishers of men, but you got to keep throwing your bait out there, right? He has waited so long for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not just us, obviously, but like, who are we to not wait on anybody else? If Dad's waiting on us, we should wait on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Who eat flesh of pigs? Those people. It's crazy how that works. Yeah. Well, I love you guys. Hope you have a great day, great time. May Yahweh bless you and guard you. Yahweh make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Yahweh lift up his face upon you and give you peace. Thus they shall put my name on the children of Israel, and I myself shall bless them. Shalom, shalom.